Hello there, welcome once again to Living on Purpose. This is Fola Daniel at Delisi. Today, I'm going to be talking about mentoring for effectiveness. You need to understand that one of the reasons you should have a mentor in your life is to increase your effectiveness. If you don't have a mentor in your life, you may be doing certain things very well, but you may not be getting the effectiveness that you should get from that thing that you're doing. One of the reasons that footballers, athletes would have personal coaches is to be more effective at what they are doing. Sometimes they can do certain things by themselves. They have the talents, they have the gifts, or they have acquired some training and they are able to do everything that they are doing very well. But without the guidance of a mentor, they may not be effective. One of the things that a mentor would do if you have the right mentor in your life is that the mentor will help you to become more effective. A mentor is expected to be more experienced and more skilled with certain things. And because they have more experiences and more skills in certain areas, they can tell you what to do differently in order to beat your competition. They can tell you what to do differently in order to get the best out of yourself. Why do you think that people who run a marathon race or people who run a short race would need coaches? The coaches sometimes would watch the opponents or the competitors and tell their own trainers or their trainees what to do differently. At the end of the day, the reason these athletes have a coach is to help them become better and to get the best out of themselves. So if they want to get the best out of themselves, they will have to subject themselves to the instructions from these coaches. Coaches will sometimes bring nutritionists on board and tell them what they can eat and what they cannot eat. The instructions of the coaches are usually unfavorable. Sometimes they are too demanding. You may not like what the coach is asking you to do, but at the end of the day, if you listen to the coach very well, you would understand that everything the coach has asked you to do is so that you can become effective. Now, another thing that a mentor can do in your life is to see the skills, the abilities, the experiences you have gathered and helps you deploy it effectively. Because if you do not know how to deploy those skills effectively, you can be all over the place. One of the greatest disadvantages of being talented is not knowing how to effectively deploy your talents. One of the greatest disadvantages of being talented is also trying to use all your talents at once. Too many talents can become a distraction to the carrier of the gift or the carrier of the talent. So when you have a mentor in your life, the mentor understands that you are gifted, you are a multi-potentialite, as they say, but despite these gifts, you do not have focus. Your own gifts have become a distraction to you. And because your gifts, your talents, your experiences have become a distraction to you, a mentor can help you decide what's best for you, sometimes based on the goals that you have shared with the mentor. So you need a mentor for the purpose of effectiveness. If you keep doing things all by yourself or you keep attempting everything that you see, you will never be effective. So maybe the reason you are not yet as effective as you should be is that you do not have the right mentor. Now, mentors don't only work with you to show you how best to use your skill. Sometimes they show you the experiences that they have had that can help you deploy your skills in a unique manner. They can also teach you some old tricks. They can show you how things are done differently. At the end of the day, when you look at your life and you look at the life of your mentor, you would notice that you are beginning to get the same result as your mentor. You are beginning to perform some of the things that your mentor also performs. So you need a mentor in your life in order to multiply your effectiveness. If you do not have a mentor, it is possible that you can take your time and eventually become effective. But when you have a mentor will shorten the journey towards being very effective. So if you really want to accelerate the journey towards effectiveness, you need a mentor. And if you want to produce more effective results in everything that you are doing, you certainly need a mentor, because the role of a job is to increase your effectiveness. We've also seen in football games that sometimes the coach of the team would decide to play a particular player in another wing that the player isn't used to. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. And there are cases where we have seen that it worked excellently well. The player himself did not even know that he could do well in that position, but because of the foresight of the coach understands that this player has a certain skill that he himself has not even discovered. So the coach decides to play that player in a different wing compared to what the player is used to. At the end of the day, for many people, especially in situations where the coaches have done it from the benefit of insight, you would notice that the players become more effective. So I'm asking you to look at people in your industry, look at people in your field, look at people around you, decide on someone that can mentor you for the purpose of effectiveness. If you think you're getting all the right results right now, wait until you get a successful mentor from your industry or a successful mentor in any field of endeavor that you desire to succeed in. Then you would realize that there is more to learn, there is more to do, and there is more that a mentor can help you achieve. Thank you for listening. Please head on out to youtube.com/Fola Daniel Speaks.